Hi students, welcome to our channel. இந்த வீடியோல நம்ம 12th இங்கிலீஷ்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கொஸ்டின் இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மிட்டம் டெஸ்ட்டுக்குள்ள போர்ஷனுக்கு எதுன்றதை பார்க்க போறோம். இதில் நான் சொல்ற கொஸ்டின் எதையுமே நீங்க ஒன்று கூட ஒமிட் பண்ணாம படிங்க. கண்டிப்பா இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மிட்டம் டெஸ்ட்ல இங்கிலீஷ்ல நீங்க 90 மார்க்ஸ்க்கு மேல ஸ்கோர் பண்ணலாம். ஏன்னா நம்ம இதில் ப்ரோஸ்லையும் போயம்லையும் இருக்கக்கூடிய இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கொஸ்டின் சொல்றோம். இது போக 1 மார்க் டாபிக்ஸ் ஒரு சில டாபிக்ஸ் இருக்கும். அந்த 1 மார்க் டாபிக்ஸும் அப்புறம் கிராமர் உங்களுக்கு என்ன போர்ஷன் சொல்லியிருக்காங்களோ அதுக்கும் நம்ம ஆல்ரெடி நம்ம சேனல்ல வீடியோ போட்டிருக்கோம். அந்த கிராமரும் நீங்க ரெஃபர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஸோ இது எல்லாத்தையும் நம்ம தரவா படிச்சிட்டோம்னா கண்டிப்பா நீங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மிட் டைம்ல இங்கிலீஷ்ல 90 மார்க்ஸ்க்கு மேல ஸ்கோர் பண்ணிடலாம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ரோஸ் 1-2 ஜென்டில்மேன் ஆஃப் வெரோனால ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கொஸ்டின், வாட் வேர் த வேரியஸ் ஜாப்ஸ் அண்டர்டேக்கன் பை த லிட்டில் பாய்ஸ்? ஷைனிங் ஷூஸ், செல்லிங் வைல்ட் ஸ்ட்ராபெரிஸ், ஹாக்கிங் நியூஸ் பேப்பர்ஸ், கைடிங் டூரிஸ்ட் அண்ட் ரன்னிங் errands. How did the narrator help the boys on Sunday? The narrator helped the boys by taking them in his car to their native village, Poleta. Describe the appearance of Nicola and Jacopo. Nicola put on a worn jersey and cut off khaki pants. Jacopo wore a shortened army tunic gathered in loose folds about his skinny frame. They had brown skins, tangled hair, and dark earnest eyes. What made the boys work so hard? The money needed for their sister's treatment made the boys work so hard. Whom did the narrator meet at the outskirts of Verona? The narrator met two brothers, Nicola and Jacopo, at the outskirts of Verona. இந்த ட்ரிபிள் ஸ்டார் போட்டிருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 4 கொஸ்டின் அடிக்கடி ரிப்பீட்டடா கேட்கக்கூடிய கொஸ்டின். Describe the girl with whom the boys were talking to in the cubicle. The girl with whom the boys were talking to in the cubicle was their sister Lucia. She was about 20 years old. She was propped up on the pillows, wearing a pretty lace jacket. Her eyes were soft and tender. She resembled her brothers, and she was suffering from tuberculosis of the spine. The boys did not spend much on clothes. Why? The boys did not spend much on clothes because they had saved money for their sister's treatment expenses. Who took the author to the cubicle? A pleasant-looking woman dressed in a white nurse uniform with steel-rimmed spectacles took the author to the cubicle. She seemed to be a trained nurse. What made the boys join the resistance movement against the Germans? The hate for Germans made the boys join the resistance movement against the Germans. Prose 2, a nice cup of tea. Does the author like drinking tea with sugar? Give reasons. No, the author does not like drinking tea with sugar. According to him, tea with sugar tastes only of sugar, not the flavor of tea. Sugar destroys the flavor of tea. Whom does the author call misguided people? What is his advice to them? The author calls those who drink tea with sugar as misguided people. He advises them to drink tea without sugar for a fortnight, and then they will never ruin their tea again by adding sugar. How does adding sugar affect the taste of tea? Tea with sugar tastes of only sugar, not tea. Sugar ruins the taste of tea. It is the same as adding sugar to just plain hot water. Thus, adding sugar affects the taste of tea. What is the second golden rule in the preparation of tea? Tea should be made in small quantities in a teapot, which should be made of china or earthenware. This is the second golden rule of preparation of tea. Mention the countries in which tea is a part of civilization. Ireland, Australia, England, New Zealand, India and Ceylon. Why does the author advise removing cream from the milk? The author advises removing cream from the milk because milk with cream gives tea a sickly taste. Which tea does the author prefer, Indian tea or China tea? The author prefers Indian tea. What are the author's views on China tea? China tea is economical. One can drink it without milk, but there is not much stimulation in it. One does not feel wiser, braver, or more optimistic after drinking it. இது ப்ரோஸ் முடிஞ்சு. அப்புறம் போயம்ல ஃபர்ஸ்ட் போயம், தி கேசல். How safe was the castle? The castle has strong gates and thick walls. What was the firm belief of the soldiers? No man could enter or win. Who does we refer to? We refers to the soldiers. What work do the movers do? They are trimming the grass. What could they watch from the turret wall? They could watch the movers and the enemies half a mile away. Why couldn't they do anything? Because they did not have any weapons to fight against the enemy gold. why did they feel helpless க்கும் அதே ஆன்சர் தான். Where were the enemies? Half a mile away. They refer to the enemies. How did the soldiers spend the summer? They spent by watching the movers and the enemies half a mile away. What is the season mentioned here? Summer. What was the shameful act? The wizard warder let the enemies in by getting some gold as bribe was the shameful act. Who was the real enemy? Gold was their real enemy. Why is the scarf colorful? The scarf is colorful because of the flowers of the creeper. What makes the tree dear to the poet? Because it brings her childhood memories. Why is the poet unable to forget? இதுக்கும் அதே ஆன்சர் தான். Who is the giant? The casuarina tree. Who looks like a python? What is the python? அப்படின்னா the creeper. What is a baboon? It is a kind of monkey. Where was the baboon? It was sitting on the top of the tree. What is winding round and round? The creeper. Where were the bees and birds gathered? On the casuarina tree. What is the baboon compared to here? It is compared to a statue. What is the creeper compared to? Compared to a python. How does the tree survive the whole height of the creeper? Like a giant. இவ்வளவுதான். இதை நல்லா தரவா படிச்சுக்கோங்க. போதுமானது. சரியா?